Welcome back to Whatever You Need, the channel where we dive into the stories that remind us how fragile, powerful, and painfully beautiful the human heart can be. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and join our community of people who love real emotions and unforgettable connections. Because today's story isn't just another celebrity breakup. It's about love that turned into poetry, silence that spoke louder than words, and two souls who taught us that sometimes, even the deepest love can't survive the weight of life. This is the story of Sıla and Halil, a love once celebrated by millions, now remembered in whispers and reflections. It all began again, or so everyone thought, at a glittering fashion event in Istanbul, where fate seemed to play one of its cruel little jokes. Sıla arrived radiant in white, her smile soft but distant. Halil, standing across the room, watched her with a mix of nostalgia and admiration that no camera could fully capture. The flashes popped like lightning, the crowd murmured, and for a moment, the world around them blurred into silence. Witnesses said there was a brief exchange between them behind the scenes. Halil, with a bittersweet smile, whispered, "I didn't think I'd see you like this again." Sıla, her eyes lowered, replied quietly, "Me neither, but here we are." That small moment, invisible to most, was enough to reignite a storm. Rumors of reconciliation spread faster than the flashes that surrounded them. Fans began to dream again, maybe the story wasn't over after all. But the truth, as it turned out, was far more complex. A few days later, Sıla sat down for an interview that would change everything. Her voice trembled, her gaze fixed on the floor as she spoke words that froze the room. "Loving Halil was beautiful, but I lost parts of myself in that love. Sometimes love isn't enough when you stop recognizing the person you see in the mirror." No one dared to interrupt. Her words carried not bitterness, but truth, the kind that hurts because it's real. She continued softly, "I don't want to speak badly about him. He was important in my life. But today, I want to find myself again." In minutes, the world reacted. The hashtag #SylandHalil trended across social media. Fans divided into camps, those who applauded Sıla for her honesty, and those who still believed love deserved another chance. Influencers weighed in. "She's healing. Don't judge her," wrote one journalist. But amid all the noise, Halil stayed silent. Then, something subtle happened. Halil unfollowed several accounts, including some tied to his past projects, and fans noticed. It was a quiet signal, but it spoke volumes. Was he trying to move on? Or simply protecting himself? No one knew. Days later, a camera caught him leaving a restaurant in Bebek. A reporter shouted, "Halil, have you heard Sıla's words?" He paused, looked directly into the camera, and said calmly, "If she said she was lost, I hope she's found now. Because when I loved her, I only wanted her to be happy." Then he got into his car and drove away. That short sentence, just a few words, broke the internet. It was not anger. It was closure. And maybe, deep down, love. For fans who had followed their journey from the beginning, the moment felt like an ending to a novel they never wanted to finish. People began sharing old clips of their on-screen chemistry, their laughter during interviews, and their effortless connection that once made them the golden couple of Turkish entertainment. They remembered the looks that said everything, the interviews filled with quiet admiration, and the performances that blurred the line between fiction and real emotion. But behind the fame and lights, there had always been silence, long pauses, sacrifices, and perhaps wounds that never fully healed. In the weeks that followed, Sıla disappeared from the public eye. She focused on family, close friends, and her work. Rumors surfaced that she was preparing for a new project, a drama centered on a woman reclaiming herself after losing love. Critics noted the poetic coincidence. "Life imitates art," one columnist wrote. Her character is walking the same emotional path she is. Meanwhile, Halil appeared at a charity gala, composed, humble, but visibly thinner. When asked about her again, he smiled gently and said, "Sometimes, love also means letting go. We all need time to heal." That single line became an instant headline. Millions shared it with captions like "Real men speak like this, and he still loves her, just differently." Was it farewell? Or a door left slightly open? Soon, fan campaigns began spreading online under the hashtag Leave Them Alone, urging tabloids to stop sensationalizing their pain. But others couldn't let go. Threads, theories, and conspiracies filled fan forums. Some pointed out that Sıla and Halil had both posted moon emojis in the same week. Others shared blurry photos of what they claimed were secret meetings. Reality and imagination blurred together until no one knew where the truth ended and fantasy began. Then, late one night, Sıla posted something unexpected. A story on Instagram, a photo of the full moon shimmering over the Bosphorus with the caption, "All that glitters was once broken." The internet went wild. Was it a message to Halil? A metaphor for her healing? Maybe both. Because the truth was, Sıla no longer wanted to be defined by her love story, she wanted to be defined by herself. In a later interview with an international magazine, she explained, "People see us on screen and think our lives are as romantic as the characters we play. But they don't see the doubts, the sleepless nights, the loneliness. Loving someone under the spotlight is like dancing on the edge of a sword. Every step can cut you, but you still dance because you love." It was raw, poetic, and heartbreakingly true. Her words struck a chord not only with her fans, but with anyone who has ever loved too deeply. And then, almost as if answering her without words, Halil posted an old black and white photo of the two of them during a film shoot. No caption. Just a single broken heart emoji. Millions reacted. Some said it was his final goodbye. Others believed it was his way of saying, "I still care." Months have passed since then. Sıla is now preparing to star in a new series, playing a woman rebuilding her life from scratch. Halil, on the other hand, has found solace in music, writing lyrics filled with longing and quiet hope. Their paths may now run parallel, not crossing. But in the hearts of millions, Sıla and Halil remain intertwined, not because of what they lost, but because of what they shared. Their love has become more than a relationship. It's a story, one that belongs not only to them but to everyone who has ever loved, lost, and learned to begin again. So tell us, dear viewers, do you think Sıla and Halil's story is truly over, or is love just waiting for its next chapter? Have you ever had to let go of someone, not because you stopped loving them, but because you had to love yourself more? Let us know in the comments. And if this story touched you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Whatever You Need family. Because here, we don't chase gossip. We celebrate the stories that make us human.